Joe Biden released a criminal justice plan, which to me is effectively an arsonist who burns down a house, then proposing fire safety regulations. Former Vice President rolled out his criminal justice plan Tuesday as the frontrunner has come under fire. First pass record from 2020 Democratic opponents. The plan focuses on preventing crime, eliminating racial disparities, and providing second chances for those who have had contact with the criminal justice system. Biden, like Booker, Buttigieg, and Bernie Sanders, calls for the end of mandatory minimum sentences for nonviolent drug crimes. The reason we have those is because of Joe Biden's crime bill, including some put in place by bills passed by Biden. The Biden plan calls for treatment for those who suffer from addiction rather than incarceration, increasing federal funds for drug courts, and elimination of the disparity in how crack users and cocaine users are charged and sentenced, also enacted while Biden served on the Judiciary Committee. So he's proposing basically fixes to the very toxic, regressive, damaging law that he pushed for in the 1990s. On marijuana, Biden, like other candidates, will decriminalize the drug. The former vice president will also automatically expunge records for those who have been convicted of marijuana-related offenses, but unlike some of his presidential opponents, he does not call for the federal legalization of the drug, but rather for it to be made a Schedule II drug so more research can be done on its effects. There's been more than enough research on marijuana's effects. It's a frickin' plant. Biden's plan calls for an end to private prisons, but I'm sure he's going to fight for that considering he's currently taking money from private prisons. An end to cash bail and the death penalty. I would expand the Justice Department's purview to address police and prosecutor misconduct. It would also institute an independent task force to tackle discrimination as well. One unique feature of Biden's plan is the large emphasis on juvenile criminal justice reform, investing $1 billion annually to keep minors from being placed in adult prisons and expand funding for after-school programs, community centers, and summer jobs. The Biden plan would provide $20 billion in grants for states that find methods to reduce crime and incarceration, citing a proposal from the Brennan Center. The plan would be paid by the saving incurred by reducing incarcerations over 10 years. Honestly, I don't care enough. I don't care to read it more because Joe Biden is not somebody to be trusted on criminal justice reform. Sorry, but I don't care to really list what Joe Biden's proposal is, because why would I vote for the very art person who burned down the house to then fix fire safety codes in America? Why would anyone, whether white or black, predominantly specifically black people, think Joe Biden is the person that's going to bring them to the promised land as far as criminal justice reform, when he is the very person that instituted and pushed, not only pushed, but vehemently fought for these things on the Senate floor as a senator. I don't want these people near my mother, these people, aka young black men. There are predators on our streets, he said. He could say all he wants, oh, I regret it, this and that, but I want somebody who had the foresight then to say it was wrong, which Bernie Sanders did. He did vote for the crime bill because of its Violence Against Women Act, but go to the videotape, he warned against the mass incarceration provisions, which Joe Biden was pushing through. So this is really basically, you come burn down my house, you get away with it, and then you are part of the meeting on how we can avoid more house fires. But Joe Biden basically wants the corporate media and the Democratic Party voters to basically look at the unprecedented incarceration of black men for nonviolent crimes as just like, yeah, it was a blip in the road, a mistake. This has ruined lives. This has ruined families. This has ruined a whole generation of men. You want to call this a mistake? It disqualifies you to be president of the United States. Frankly, should be more chatter about who was vetting this man on Barack Obama's team. Probably Barack Obama's brain trust that was filled with Wall Street bankers. This is somebody that worked with a segregationist senator to pass anti-busing legislation. This is someone who referred to black people as the Negroes. I don't care if it was a different time. Bernie Sanders wasn't doing that. So I don't want to be the white guy asking black people, do you know what's good for you? I'm not saying that. You can vote for whoever you want. But to the older black men and women who are supporting Joe Biden right now, it's your kids. It's your kids that were jailed by this. It's not a mistake. It was by design. It's not a mistake. It was by design. And as of 2016, he did interviews not apologizing, defending the crime bill, and saying it did not usher in mass incarceration. So now we're supposed to read his fixes for the fire he started and say, you know, we think he means it. We think he means it when he apologizes. So let's give the keys to Joe Biden. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.